Hi, my name is Dr. Chris Eby, and I am your instructor for Geo 102. And I like to teach 102 because, well, for one reason is because I really love rocks and I love nature and I love the great outdoors. I have a couple of rocks that I want to show you. You don't have to memorize them or anything like that yet. It's just something for fun, a little bit of an introduction to some of the stuff we'll be learning about. So this is one of everybody's favorites. This is quartz. It's actually a mineral. And a lot of people collect pieces of quartz and wear pieces of quartz in necklaces or buy them at gem stores. And I think one of the reasons it attracts people is because it's got this perfect symmetry to it. So you can see this piece has this beautiful six-sided shape. And in this class, one of the things we're going to talk about is why it has that beautiful six-sided shape. Another really cool rock is a rock I've nicknamed the disco ball rock. That's this rock right here. Not its real name. Disco ball rock is actually a mica schist, and it's a type of metamorphic rock, and we'll talk about how mica schist is born from other types of rock that are not nearly so glittery and exciting. A couple of other really cool ones. This one is from the Herkimer Diamond Mine. The Herkimer Diamond Mine doesn't actually produce diamonds. It actually produces these really cool, perfectly symmetrical pieces of quartz that have this double-ended shape. You can see there's a point at this end and a point at that end, and it's still not understood by science why that actually happens. So I hope we have a lot of fun talking about rocks and lakes and rivers together. So a little bit more about me. I grew up as a dino fanatic. I know a lot of kids are, but I think I took it a bit to an extreme because I grew up and went through a whole lot of schooling to play with rocks and fossils. And that's a picture of me with my favorite dinosaur, Triceratops. I'm also an avid hiker and runner. So I go out to the Adirondacks and hike quite a bit. Not only to look at rocks, also to look at other things we're going to look at in this class, such as lakes and clouds and other formations, mountains, features associated with glaciers, all of which can be seen in the Adirondacks. I also love to cook and I love to garden, and I love to cook what I garden. So that's a picture of a summer squash dish that I was making this summer. I also really love to travel. I've actually been all over the world. I lived in Europe for a long period of time. I spent over 4 years, almost 5 years in Denmark, which I really enjoyed. So here are some pictures of me having fun in the Bahamas. I actually go hiking in Alaska quite a bit. I really love Alaska for its awe-inspiring scenery. So to wrap it up, you can call me Dr. Eby or Chris or just the Rock Lady, or it doesn't really matter. My BS is in math. My master's is in geology. My PhD is biogeochemistry, which is study of how living things influence the chemistry of the earth. So if you're wondering why I'm qualified to teach this course, that's why. So I do have a lot of different degrees in a lot of different fields. And I still do scientific research. Right now, most of my scientific research is on crinoids. I don't do a whole lot because I'm at a teaching institution, and that's okay with me because I really, really enjoy teaching. And if you really want to know more about my research, like crinoids are sea lilies. You can see a picture of a sea lily down in the corner. They kind of look like if a plant or a flower was kind of transported into the Nightmare Before Christmas, but they're actually an animal. So they're eating things that are floating around in the water. And they actually live fairly deep now, although they lived all over the oceans hundreds of millions of years ago. So I hope you have a lot of fun in this course. I know I'm going to have a lot of fun teaching this course because I love rocks and I love nature and I love clouds, and I'm excited about volcanoes and plate tectonics and all the things we're going to cover. The one thing that I ask is that you give me feedback, constructive feedback, as the course goes along, if you need a video or you want me to explain something again, let me know. The course is still in continuous development. It's still a relatively new online course, so not everything is polished up. So if you can give me that information, that's really helpful. I've taught this course in the classroom a very long time, but it's only now getting moved into the online environment. So anything I can do to help you learn, let me know. And so let's get started.